Thermal barrier water-based emulsion paint SUPRA. SUPRA is an environmental friendly paint that reduces heat by reflecting sunlight. We have to think about global environmental issues. The Earth is now screaming. It is giving out warnings to the people. The glacier of the Arctic Ocean is receding under influence of the warming, and the environment is being destroyed. It is going to be too late to save the Earth if we do not act fast. Energy consumption reduction will be effective in reducing CO2. What else can we do? We need things that are not complicated but easy to do. Sci-Paint has developed SUPRA, which is a special emulsion resin paint that acts as heat insulator to help stop global warming. Essentially, it is an infrared reflecting paint. Unlike ordinary paints that allow most infrared rays to pass through 20% reflectivity and heat the interior, SUPRA has a reflection rate of 95%, which results in heat insulation rate of about 80%. These ratings of SUPRA have been confirmed, and it is a stable range. Tests conducted by the Japanese Paint Association showed a high reflection rate, over 90% in all wavelength bands, in the visible and near infrared bands. In addition to the reflection efficiency, there are other important qualities. SUPRA is easy to use and easy to store. We conducted the following test for adhesion properties and it passed each one: JIS standard test, Erickson board test, DuPont style shock test, crosscut test, mold proof test, ultraviolet degradation promote mildew resistance test, VOC emission test. In summertime, when the surface temperature rises to about 70 degrees, the indoor temperature could rise close to 50 degrees when regular paints are used. Thermal barrier paint SUPRA with a reflection rate close to 95% can effectively reflect sunlight from the roof. This is because SUPRA is made up with spherical silica that enhances the insulation efficiency to keep down the temperature. This could keep indoor temperatures down to 28 degrees and reduce air conditioning energy greatly. Here is an estimation for a 2,000 square meter factory painted with Planet SUPRA. The temperature of the unpainted factory can reach 70 degrees, whereas the factory painted by Planet SUPRA is able to keep the temperature around 35 degrees. If the indoor temperature rises to 50 degrees, workers cannot work without air conditioning. But the workers can easily work with the windows opened at the factory painted by Planet SUPRA due to the comfortable temperature of around 35 degrees. We can see the big difference between the two factories from the electricity bill that shows the unpainted factory has to pay 1.7 million yen annually. In contrast, the SUPRA painted factory will just pay only 1.15 million yen, an approximate annual saving of 33%. I guess you all got the picture of SUPRA. Now let's think about the many ways of using it. In general, houses, hospitals, buildings, factories, warehouses, and it also could be used in some special fields. Freight containers are an essential part of the transportation of goods. To ensure the quality of the products inside, it has to have a moderate temperature. Concrete mixer trucks have a time limitation for transporting raw concrete. Heat affects the stability of the concrete, which affects the quality and safety at the construction site. It is important to moderate the temperature of the mixer. Insulated refrigerator trucks are similar, and there's a huge demand for refrigerated parcel service. As for an insulated truck, the engine has to keep running in order to keep the temperature. The insulation efficiency of SUPRA could help to cut the time of engine running, thus reduce the use of gasoline. Buses often have the air condition running during warm weather, but SUPRA energy efficiency could reduce the need to use gasoline. Shipping vessels could use SUPRA to help maintain the quality of transporting liquid nitrogen gas and other things. The cow barn, the poultry farms would be free from the stress caused by the heat, which would have such positive effects in increasing milk and egg production, could benefit from the use of SUPRA. SUPRA can also help prevent overheating of cubicles, outdoor electrical equipment, gas tanks, and chemical tanks by keeping down surface temperatures, thus ensuring quality and stable conditions. In addition, SUPRA is a product of the Carbon Offset Project. Because global warming is related to carbon dioxide, Carbon Offset Japan and the Kyoto Protocol are now cooperating to achieve the goal of reducing CO2 to certain target levels as specified in the treaty backed up by the government. As a contributor to that target and the environment, 10 cans of SUPRA constitutes a reduction equal to 1 ton of carbon offset. This is the first attempt to carbon offset through paint. This news was covered by Nikkei Industry newspaper, many other industrial newspapers and chemical magazines as well. SUPRA is a paint to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, to maintain the global environment for a sustainable society. Please join Sci-Paint Japan activities to protect the environment.